PC エンジン512色スーパービジュアル6チャンネルリアルサウンドニューワールドを制覇する PC エンジン全開 NEC から。
Alrighty, Rachel Schaefer back at you with another Twin Family video, and just came from FedEx, this package, literally just a couple of days after I ordered it from Japan, and sorry, just my voice is a little messed up because I had to give a shout out because as I'm recording this video, O.J. Simpson's dead! Oh man, hell just got a lot hotter. But you know, we're not here to talk about that motherfucker. We're here to talk about what's in this box. And what's in this box is part of our continuation of the our series on the TurboGrafx. Now, there are a couple videos that I'm going to put in my playlist of a beginner's guide because there are certain videos out there that do a better job explaining than I do or can cover stuff I'm probably never gonna cover because some of the items they cover are very expensive. But at least I can cover this. So a little bit of a backstory. I had to get rid of the Duo because it's just not being supported as much as I thought it would be. And also, on top of that, there hasn't been an update of that jailbreak in months as I'm recording this. And there's been a few updates for that Duo that fix some of the games that I use. And trying to use the Turbo, as I showed in the footage for the Turbo Everdrive, there are some games on that Turbo Everdrive that, and it's not the Everdrive's fault, by the way. It's the fault of the Duo for not fully supporting the Everdrive. And so if I feel that if I'm going to be using ROMs, if I'm going to be just using an Everdrive, I may as well get a legitimate system that would better suit my purposes. And that's part of the idea of this video series. So this way you could take a look at every option that you have out there and decide for yourself where you're going to go, what you're going to do. And it's fun because the Duo served its purposes. We unboxed it. We have footage of the jailbreak. We have footage of the Duo, of the Everdrive working on it or not working on it, for lack of a better term. And now we've got this. And as I'm recording this, this is also going to be one of our next projects, by the way. As you saw earlier in the TurboGrafx, the Turbo Everdrive Pro video that I did when I brought the cover in, and I showed the cover because I had to get a new one because I kind of mangled it because the screws are too tight. Not fault of my own, but I also showed the EDFX, and y'all were wondering what was that for. Now you know. And so just came in from FedEx with the plastic bag on top. I'm probably just going to say what the hell with it and just open from the bottom. So that's what we're going to do. And I got my trusty razor out. So I basically traded in my Duo and my SuperGrafx set because that's the one drawback of this setup is that I'm not going to be able to play the SuperGrafx, which is fine. And besides, if I change my mind, as I'm recording this, tentatively, he's going to have more sets in July. So I can always just grab another set down the line. But for my purposes right now, this is beneficial. And of course, oh wow, it's in like a pack. So there's nothing else in here but Japanese newspaper. And we have a package. And I love how they packed it, by the way. It's the bigger bubble wrap, but it's in like almost like a pocket. That's cool. I really like that. So I know this shouldn't be damaged at all. So for my purposes, especially using the Turbo Everdrive Pro, this would be better for me in the long run than using a duo. Especially I plan on getting another mister in the future, so. And we have 2 baggies. And first of all, this is the official power adapter. And what looks to be a third-party cable, but that's fine, because we're going to be using the EDFX on it. As I'm shooting this, it's before I get that Stone Age package, but you're going to be seeing this video after that. So we'll show it after that, and this is the main event. By the way, gotta open the package. I love how it's actually nice and packed. And it's in a lot good shape than I thought it would be in. Almost kind of sad that I gotta use this as a project, because I'm sure with a little cleanup this will be fine. But anyway, here is the PC Engine CoreGrafx. And this is the second iteration of the original PC Engine. You all are familiar with the white unit. And by just giving it a quick sniff, because sometimes you got to do that when you get in electronics. It smells like this has been cleaned already. So that's good. So listen, I don't have to, and I smell a little bit of the, it's a little rough on the side here, but that's fine. I guess this is used either in the briefcase or I would say a Tenneco bank, because you could tell the things here, the scrapes. So this probably had a Tenneco bank on it at one point. And the way the switch is, how it's slow to slide over here but fast over here, I think this was just greased. So not much work that I got to do on this. I have to check the seller and see, because it's clean. It's really clean. I got to check the seller to see if he did any work on this, but I'm impressed. I mean, this is really nice. And it's sad because I'm going to use this as a project, but this is fine on its own until I do that. So my plans for this one, if it doesn't have one already, is to do a full recap of this. Also put it in a new shell. My goal is to try to make it like a Japanese-ish TurboGrafx. And as you've seen with the EDFX, I had like the TurboGrafx style. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And it'll be probably one of Graphics Gear's last projects, because as I'm recording, they're thinking of closing the shop because their full-time job at Google has taken up a lot of their time. And it's a real big blow to the community because Graphics Gear is just amazing. And not just the decals, but the inlays for the controller. Here's the controller right here, by the way, a 2-button. I think this is fixed too because it feels fresh. Like, it really feels fresh. But we're still gonna do what we need to do on here because it's gonna have new shells on the controller and the unit. But I'm still gonna keep these because, you know, you never know. You might need good shells. Just, I'm overwhelmed with the quality already that I see in it, and I'll be hooking up in a few minutes, making sure it works with the parts as is. But anyway, we're gonna be having smoke black on this and the controller, changing the inlay to more of a turbo pad. So basically I'm going to make like a Japanese style TurboGrafx 16. Eventually I want to get a legitimate one, but TurboGrafx consoles, just the consoles themselves, are like $250 now. If you want the controller and everything, that's like $3 something. Whereas this setup was only $180. And it may seem like a lot, but the way CoreGrafx prices are, it's not bad, especially in this shape. So let's also unpack what's going on here. So especially when you have the EDFX, that little dongle, it'll be a lot better than dealing with the Super HD System 3. Eventually, I might just grab another one, just so I have that to test for you guys. And of course I got the original AC adapter, no replacement here. One thing to be careful on is that it's 100 volts here. You could use it without a step down converter, but still be careful because it can get hot Eventually, I might try to get a triad power adapter, so this way I could use it without the fear of overheating it. And of course, you got your AV cable. And I believe this is, I'm not sure if it's the same pinout, but I've heard it is the same pinout as the Genesis 1. I know the power adapter should work. This is the same pinout as the Genesis 1. I'm not sure of the AV cable, but I know this should work on a Genesis as well. Or a Mega Drive. And you got this here. There is another reason I did the CoreGrafx, because you could do it in composite to at least test it out. And you could keep it standalone. Say if later on down the line I want to get that interface unit, or I want to do something else. I could do a million things with this CoreGrafx unit, even after I mod it with the new shell. The only thing I'd have to do with the new shell is, as you can see, this connector is bigger. And usually on the shells, they have the smaller connector, but there's a piece that you could just cut, and you can make it like this. So just have a little circle on the side here, which is fine, but you know, just be aware of that if you're going to change the shell. So it's time to, I'm going to hook this up and give it a try with the Turbo Everdrive. So stay with me. Okay, we're in front of the TV, and we have our CoreGrafx ready to go. I also grabbed the Avenue Pad 6, this way I could check that out too. But right now, we just have everything that came with it. And as you can see, the Everdrive has the bare board because, like I said, as I'm shooting this video before I get the Stone Age Gamer order, but you'll be seeing this video after I get the Stone Age Gamer order. So, moment of truth. Let's turn her on. And success. We have video. So this is working just fine. Let's try our Hue card game. Of course, you want to try Bonk's Adventure. By the way, that noise is the accessing of the SD card. I just put the normal aspect ratio on. I don't see gel bars. Okay, so the main. There we go. So the only thing with the controller. Oh, there we go. So at first it wasn't doing it. You know, the higher, but now it is. Weird. Unless it hasn't been used since it's been cleaned and stuff, I don't know. But it's working now. That's what matters. Alright, so I forget what the combination the down and run is the, so we're gonna exit game. And you can see the menu is not crashing on the CoreGrafx because that's what it's meant for. So we're also going to play a PC Engine Title 2. And we're going to play Street Fighter. Just I would have to change the controller. You hear that noise in the background. Not the environmental noise of the thunder, but that clicking noise. That's the SD card being accessed. So that's fine. So we're going to play some Gradius. Check that out. And mind you, we're going to try a CD game out, but just know that without the EDFX or a modification to the main TurboGrafx or the CoreGrafx, you will only get mono audio out. So be aware of that. So when you hear mono audio, don't be shocked, because that's just how it goes. Yeah, this is fast as fuck. Oh, damn it. I was always try to get my options. There we go. This is a game you really have to concentrate to play. Like, this game does not screw around. But it's cool, even on AV, just standard AV, it looks nice and crisp. I like that, that's cool. And it sounds crisp, but I'm wondering if it already had, I got a message to seller because I wonder if it already had a capacitor change. Because the sound is nice and crisp, the video's nice and crisp, I don't see jail bars at all, so I would have to ask. It's better to find out now and save my ass $60. Save myself some postage sending it to my mod guy to get looked at. And this is why I always try to get 3 options when I get to this stage. Because this way, hopefully, I don't get touched. So the 3 options on the bottom will prevent my ship from getting hit. So the 3 options act as a barrier for the rocks, because if you don't have options, this is a really tough part of the first level. But with the 3 options, it's pretty much God mode. And it's just as I say that, I get murdered. Oh well. And down. We're going to try a CD game. Oh, I forgot I got the turbo on. We're going to try a CD game so you can see what I mean about the mono audio. And we are loading. And you're going to hit that tick, tick, tick noise. That's the SD card. That's the SD card noise. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with your system. That's just how it is.
In der guten alten Zeit lebten die Menschen noch ruhig und in Frieden. Niemand glaubte, dass es in Zukunft zu einer Bedrohung kommt. Auf der Schattenseite des Friedens und des Wachstums gab und gibt es aber auch immer das Böse. Die Menschen beginnen, das Wachstum abzulehnen und bezeichnen den Frieden als Degeneration.
Because anything on a TV like this, you're not really going to notice.
Wir haben uns hier versammelt, um die Mächte der Finsternis mit unserem verfluchten Blut zu rufen.
It's supposed to be
Wir
German, by the way.
wollen, dass sie die Welt regieren. Wir erwarten lächelnd den Niedergang der Welt.
But I'm really impressed with the sound that this has. And mind you, I'm using standard AV. So like I said, it makes me wonder if this is modded already. Because you could do a mod, not just the jailbars fix, but you can also, there's a mod you can do to the card slot that you can get stereo audio out of it.
Der Herr des Bösen, Graf Dracula, ist auferstanden.
And if so, that would explain like the price too. So we're gonna set her up. I should get a shooting watch one of these days just to see how I would do, especially with the way I do the buttons and stuff. And as you can see, the tick, tick, ticking is going along with the light on the Everdrive. awesome now. I like how it's working. Part of me might do a stream or try to record footage because my capture box, my Hoppage box, can actually record with standard AV if I put this dongle in the back of it. So I might try to do that just so I can cover all my bases. So like, okay, this is standard AV with the CoreGrafx, and then when I hook up the EDFX, okay, this is the EDFX graphics. I should do that, just to cover bases. So it's cool about it's like a power light.
Yeah.
That sounds fine to me. I can't tell. Like I said, I don't know if this is the so-called mono audio, but I don't know. Sounds fine to me. Time to test my strength. I guess we'll know when the stage starts, I think. Oh, it sounds fine to me. I don't notice anything different. Like I said, I don't know if the system is modded or not already, but this is cool. Or if there was an update or whatever, but I'm playing with standard AV. It's fine. So let's turn this off real quick. Let's swap out our controllers. So now we're gonna put the 6 button in there. Now, obviously this is the bigger, it's weird how like big this is when it's this smaller connector, because that's what they use for the American Turbo. But when you go to this Avenue Pad 6, it uses the smaller connector. So we're gonna just put that in here. Fire up the Everdrive. And with a little whir, we're using the Avenue Pad 6. Now make sure you have it in A mode, because B mode is 6 button. Now for the Avenue Pad 6, real quick, because I don't know when I'm going to be able to talk about this. This is the standard pad that you were able to buy when Street Fighter 2 came out in Japan. And you notice that it only has it does have slow motion, but it only has turbo fire for buttons 1 and 2, not for the other buttons. You have your A and B mode. A lot of times you just keep it in A unless you know you're playing a 6 button game, because if you have it in B mode, if you can hear it, bad things can happen. You can hear that noise, and then when I turn it off and go to 2 button mode, it's fine. That's because a lot of games aren't compatible with this. So that's why you got the switch, to keep it in A, just like the Genesis with the mode button. But later versions of this that come with the Duo RX, and yes, they're rarer because of that, have turbo switches for all 6 buttons. So just keep that in mind. This is about maybe $60 if you could find it, and they could find it a lot on eBay. It's hard to find the RX pads, and when you do, they go for like 2-3 times as much. So we're gonna go to HuCard, and we're gonna just test out Street Fighter, and then call it a video for this part. And then the next video that I'll be doing is the project itself, because I'm trying to keep my videos a little shorter unless I absolutely have to make them longer, because it helps me stretch out content as well. So we're gonna go to options, so this way you could see right now we are not in 6 button mode, and we're gonna go back, and you can do this in game. Flick the switch to B. And now we are in 6-button mode. So our higher buttons, the 4, 5, and 6 are all punches. 3, 2, and 1 are our kicks. And by the way, there's another version of this controller that came up before it called the Avenue Pad 3 that looks like this one, except it has 3 buttons. And there's some games that use that, and you can still use those games on the 6-button. You just have to turn on 6-button mode. I know the Japanese version of Forgotten Worlds uses that, but the American one doesn't. And I've shown on the, I think I've showed on the stream for the Turbo Everdrive that if you try to do the 3-button on the American version, you're screwed because it'll not work. So we're gonna play this one.
Round 1.
And of course, because of real hardware, this does sound different than the Analog Duo. Because the Analog Duo is an FPGA interpretation, which it's great for, FPGA is great for like regular gameplay, but sometimes you just want to play on real hardware. Because real hardware, if you recap it, you take care of it, it does last a while. And of course, Chun-Li always gives me problems. Of course. Then again, it's also on 4 stars too, so.
Round 2. Fight.
Because she loves to cheat. Look at, she's like flying around. I'm not gonna answer that. Fuck that. Fuck the phone. And 1 ring anyway. Like, no, goddammit, I'm gonna get at least 1 hit in. Your cheating ass. Cue the Cottonmouth.
They cheating.
Come on, get some ice cream. Okay, they cheating. Okay, just stop playing for a while.
I hate this game.
Okay, don't play no game more. You right. You right.
But anyway, there we got there's our CoreGrafx. And the next time you see this, we'll be starting on our project. So for now, Rachel Schaefer is signing off.